Happy Australia Day to you. It's the 26th of January 2025. I'm at Bennelong Point Opera House. This is a pretty peaceful day in Sydney today, not like Melbourne. At Spring Street I've seen protests and people painting statues. That's part of the Melbourne culture of protest. Unfortunately, they've really picked up on the Indigenous sovereignty movement, anti-post-colonial argument which has been used by the socialists as a wedge to divide us, similar to the pro-Palestine movement. They're actually partied together to become a joint voice. But in Sydney today, the city is full of people. It's really like a flashback to the 80s Australia, which you don't often see these days. It's a bit rare because we've become a multicultural country. Waves and waves of migrants, first from the Second World War, early in the gold rushes even, Chinese come over here, and Europeans during the 1800s from Britain, and now we have wave after wave of migrants. More than 90 different nationalities that live in Australia, including Indigenous people. I've travelled all around the country. I've met many people, Indigenous folks. I've been to communities in the desert, up north, west, everywhere. And I have a quite strong understanding of our country and the politics of what's going on here. Not everybody agrees with the position of these people protesting in Melbourne, neither the post-colonial arguments, not even Indigenous people are on board with that. Altogether, we have had a quite peaceful, cohesive culture because of the British governance, which has been an effective stamp across the world. Really, the British contributed a great deal to global governance because they ruled the seas and they wrote the maritime law, and they were very good at keeping structure and schedules in their colonies. So they had an amazing influence, and of course just to be really united as a world. We're all speaking English globally, even to this day on the internet. So not to be ashamed of our culture. My family came here in 1824, been 200 years after the Battle of Waterloo, beating Napoleon. They came as the King's escort on a ship and were posted also across to Esperance to plant the flag before the French could lay claim to the west coast of Australia. And then they were used as a government to form the first level of government in Australia during the early days of the colony. That's my history here, not to be ashamed of. Very proud to be an Australian and to continue that tradition to the future.